Just 2 miles down the road from this studio, the greatest show in college sports, Penn State's Whiteout, begins tomorrow. And while Beaver Stadium prepares for over 100,000 fans, thousands of miles down south, a massive SEC rivalry is set to happen. Week 5 of college football is here and it is packed, and we've got the fun covered. I'm your host, Jezenia Marrero, joined alongside Mariah, Elizondo, and Jennae Overton. And welcome back to Culture Central Sports. Mariah and I, we've had the opportunity to participate in the Penn State Whiteout. Jennae, it's your first year.
It is.
How excited are you?
I'm super excited. I missed out on the opportunity last year to get into the Whiteout experience, but I've heard so many great things. I'm ready to experience it for myself.
Well, you're definitely going to be experiencing a ton. I mean, look at any TikTok you've seen from college football players, college football coaches. They're saying, what's the most intimidating place to play in? It's Penn State Whiteout. And I couldn't agree more. It's a bucket list experience.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a super hostile environment for Oregon. Speaking of Oregon, that's who Penn State is playing on Saturday. Oregon's ranked number 6, Penn State ranked number 3. Drew Aller's really going to have to come out hot and stay consistent this entire game. What does Drew Aller need to do during this game?
Well, I mean, last game we were looking at Drew Aller in Oregon from last year. Drew Aller had over 200 yards through 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions in that game. That's something he's going to have to clean up. We have to control the clock, keep the turnovers from not happening, but I can't agree more than anything else than that for Drew Aller.
I think the biggest thing with Drew Aller is going to be accuracy. He needs to know his targets and he needs to get to his targets. That's going to be the biggest thing. I mean, the Penn State defense can really help him out a lot if they do their job, but he needs to do his, and I think that'll be the thing that stops this team from winning.
We talked about Drew Aller. On the other team is Dante Moore, Oregon's quarterback. Now, looking at both of these quarterback stats, Drew Aller has passed for 626 yards, whereas Dante Moore's passing yards is 962. That's a little bit of a jump. Now, touchdowns, even a bigger jump. Drew Aller's had 4 so far, with Dante Moore having 11. They both had 1 interception. Drew Aller having 3 sacks, Dante Moore having 1 sack. Guys, what do you expect from this game? Are you expecting Penn State to take it out the water? Do you think Oregon will make this happen? What do you guys think this game is going to look like?
I think it's going to be a game to watch. I mean, Penn State's coming off of a bye week. Penn State has some time to watch some film off of Oregon. They are looking for some revenge, especially from losing the Big Ten championship game. And let's look at the record from Penn State and Oregon the past few times. They're 3-2. I'd hate to see if Penn State loses and they're tied up between Oregon if they have to match up again. But as far as Penn State, they need to control the clock. Drew Aller can't keep throwing the ball into the dirt. Dante Moore, he is someone to watch. I mean, over 300 yards the last game in Oregon State. 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers. I mean, defense going to have to put up a stop.
Jennae?
Yeah, and I think when you're looking at it, Oregon's offense is absolutely fantastic, while Penn State's offense may be lacking in some areas, but the Penn State defense can really carry this team to where they need to be. The Oregon defense, it really depends on how the Penn State offense performs. That's what I think it is. No matter how good this defense is, even if they're the best defense, they come out and blow it out the park, or they struggle and have a hard time, it's really going to be up to Drew Aller and his leadership abilities to really carry the team forward. But we look at, Penn State defense, Tony Rojas, already 2 sacks on the season. That's what we need to see, right? Going into this game, it's very important. I think that if he keeps that up, he can be a star player continuing his career at Penn State.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about Penn State a little bit, their offense needs to pick it up, but the defense, like you mentioned, Tony Rojas, is really deep this season. They have Tony Jennae, Amari Campbell just transferred in, so I'm expecting the defense to show up a little bit. More plays like this need to be seen. Aller airs the ball out for 42 yards to transfer Devontae Ross for a touchdown. Shortly after, they went for 2 and were unsuccessful, which is concerning because a team like Oregon, 2 could mean the entire game. Now heading over to the SEC for a rivalry game between the number 17 ranked Alabama and number 5 ranked Georgia. Alabama sits 2-1 with a tough loss to Florida State as they started the year, and they hunt for a playoff spot. This game may be the biggest of the season for the Crimson Tide. Jennae, what does Alabama have to do to defeat Georgia?
Alabama's going to have to clean up a lot of things. They don't look good at all, and I don't see that discipline that they had with Nick Saban. Obviously, it's a big transition going from a coach like Nick Saban to who they have now, but there's no excuse. They need to get it done. Being ranked 17 and already having a loss to Florida, like it's not a good look at all. So what I think they really need to do is they need to clean up and they need to calm down. I think if they're able to focus, they can fix a lot of things. However, this Georgia team, they're very serious. I mean, we look at their tackles, we look at how many sacks they have. They already have 4 sacks on the season. They have over 100 tackles already. They're not one to play with, and I think the Alabama defense really needs to step up and get it done.
I agree. I mean, Alabama, they can't have no missed penalties, no missed tackles. And honestly, as far as looking for Alabama, again, they need to stay physical, control the clock, and win those third downs. I don't see them winning the game either way than that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge rivalry like we talked about. Having Alabama predicted to lose is not something we've been seeing in college football within the past years before when they had Nick Saban. I mean, they lead the record between these two teams, so it's crazy to think that this could even happen. But they're going to be playing in Georgia, which is another hostile environment. So what do you guys think fans and everything will go along with that?
I mean, Georgia all the way. Georgia all the way.
Georgia already had their experience playing Tennessee. I mean, we look at these rankings. No one's really played anyone yet. They played a ranked team. They played Tennessee. They won against Tennessee. Bama's got nothing on that yet. Georgia's taking this all the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we all put together a top 5 ranking list personally to how these teams are doing in college football as of right now. Not before this weekend, because there's some big games coming up. But Mariah, you have Ohio State number 1, Georgia number 5. Talk me through this list.
I mean, there's nothing to say really about Ohio State. Ohio State's been dominant since before the time. No one can. Why would you put Ohio State anything below than this? And they're playing Washington. I can't say anything more. Penn State, really big game. Whiteout against Oregon. It's Whiteout. Their record's 11-6. I can't see Penn State taking that loss again. Miami's on a bye week right now, so I could see them dropping like just one spot, just like Penn State. LSU and Georgia. LSU playing good team. Ole Miss. Ole Miss is also ranked number 13, and Georgia playing Alabama is ranked number 19, I believe. And Ole Miss hasn't played a ranked team yet, so I still see LSU taking it all the way. And Georgia, like we said, I can't see them losing to Alabama.
Jennae?
Yeah, I think Georgia is where they belong, at the bottom, because listen, they played Tennessee, and I think that was great, but I mean, they play Alabama next, so that's an easy win, so I'm looking at that. I'm trying to look into the future here. Penn State, I have at number 3, just because I'm uncertain about how this whiteout is going to go. I think Oregon has the opportunity to win this game, even though they're not ranked in the top 5. I think they can still get it done. But we look at Ohio State. What a team Ohio State is, right? They've constantly proven themselves. And Miami, I was completely shocked. I mean, I think they're rightly at the top. They deserve where they're at. These rankings are, they're going to change. I think by the time this segment comes out, by the time we get things rolling, this is going to look completely different, but this is where I'm at right now. And I think Georgia is my main one that has a lot of potential to move up.
I'm going to quickly run through mine. I have a little bit of differences with you guys. Miami is number 1 because they beat Notre Dame, who was on a championship run last year. So for them to take that win was insane. Georgia 2, Ohio State 3, because they really haven't played that many people, just Texas, and they did defeat them, but that's why they're just in the middle. I put Penn State last because although I am a Nittany Lion, Penn State has played 0 ranked, and the only way they're going to move up where Miami is or where Georgia is if they defeat Oregon this weekend in the Whiteout. Anyways, that's all we have time for on this edition of Culture Central Sports. Be sure to continue and tune in and subscribe for more content like this.